Let's talk about the type of bits we recommend for drilling ductile iron poles in the field. The bits we recommend are made up of two parts. First, the outer hole cutter that is a hole saw with carbide tip teeth, and second, the pilot bit that is usually held in place with a set screw on the shank of the bit. There are a number of different manufacturers of these types of bits: Milwaukee, Unitech, Morse, Holemaker, and others. The bits we recommend on our field drilling resource document are the Holemaker bits. The pilot bit will drill a small hole first and anchor the cutter in place while the carbide teeth cut the actual hole. If you are using a mag drill, you may or may not have a jawed chuck, and you can use the cutter without the pilot bit. Which bit you use will depend on the arbor of the mag drill. Again, whichever bit you use, we recommend that it be carbide tipped. Let's talk about how to hand drill McWane ductile iron poles. You're going to want to make sure that you use and wear the proper safety equipment for the job and the location where you'll be working, and that you follow the proper safety guidelines for any tools that you'll be working with. When I do, I always use the side handle on my drill. I'm going to talk about two different methods for doing that. I'll call one method A and one method B. With method A, you use the pilot bit in the cutter to drill the pilot hole. Don't use a lot of pressure. Using a lot of pressure causes two main problems. First, it makes the bit run hot, and excess heat will dull your bit fast. Second, if you're applying a lot of excess pressure, then as the pilot bit breaks through, the teeth of the hole saw will slam into the surface of the pole. It can bind up, and you are likely to snap the pilot bit. If you do snap the pilot bit, you can replace it. To avoid that, when the pilot bit breaks through, pause for a moment, then ease the teeth of the hole cutter into the iron. This helps prevent the binding that can snap a pilot bit. I find that the bigger the bit, the more it has a tendency to want to bind up as I start cutting the hole. Again, let the cutter do the work and just apply a nice even pressure as the bit cuts through. With method B, I'm going to drill the pilot hole separately with a 1/4 inch high-speed steel drill bit. Once I have my pilot hole drilled, I can ease my cutter into the iron with no risk of slamming into the surface. You still need to use the pilot bit in the cutter to keep the hole cutter in place. Using a mag drill is an easy way to field drill McWane ductile iron poles, especially if you're having to drill a lot of holes. They come in a couple varieties, corded or cordless, and both of them should stay magnetized even without the power source. Whether you are hand drilling or using a mag drill, you may choose to use cutting fluid to help keep your bits cool, especially if you are drilling a lot of holes. The price of a McWane pole includes 2 factory tapped holes for grounding, but you may need to tap some holes in the field. We'll show you how to do that. The easiest way is to use a drill and tap combo in your regular hand drill. This bit has a drill bit end that will cut the hole and the taps further up the shaft that will cut the threads. You can do this all with the one bit, or drill the hole separately and then tap it with the combo bit, and that's the method that we'll show. There are a couple different ways to attach accessories such as nameplates in the field. We use both of these methods in the manufacturing plant depending on the accessory that we are attaching. In the field, the most common way is to use a self-tapping screw. You can drill the pilot hole first and then drive in the screw. or you can just use the screw to self-drill and drive it in. It's important to use the right grade of self-tapping screw, and our field drilling resource document outlines all the details on that. In the factory, we rivet on the nameplates, and you can do that as well with other accessories in the field. You need to drill the pilot hole first, then use a manual riveter or a battery-powered one to attach the rivet.